Yo, my BMW scraped the floor. You understand? My BMW. The side of my crib looking like Wrigley Field, covered with ivy. I could have been one of the Isleys. Nothing surprises me, I'm obviously high in the driver's seat. It's like I'm rhyming on a silent beat. The groove move like voodoo, put a needle in the dog.
Alright, you beautiful people of the internet, welcome back to another video. It is now crunch time on this car. This car is going off to paint first week in April, and it is first week in March. So I have 1 month to get my side, fabrication side, done on this car. Because Archie's gonna pick it up, do the finishing final body work. He's taking it out to the middle of Pennsylvania. I guess his uncle is gonna paint it. Whole rear, all the body work still needs to be done, and I need to make the rear diffuser and like finish the rear. Isn't done, obviously. Like you guys can see, this is really still rough. I need to get all the fabrication stuff done on the engine. I also have the hood on, you guys can see that. We're gonna be getting to that in a little bit. There's still some lines and some fittings and stuff I have to make, like for the power steering lines, and I have to finish mounting the alternator. Take everything apart, clean it all, make sure it's ready to start. Look how good this thing looks with the fucking hood on. Holy crap. Anyways, what I'm doing right now, you guys can see, and what I just cut out the section of the hood, and it is right over where the turbo would be. You guys can look down there. See the turbo. We need to make a vent for the hood. I'm gonna like rivet it into the car. I'm gonna make it out of stainless because I think this brushed is gonna look so unbelievably sick sitting in the hood when everything's all nice and bright red. Yes, we are sticking with red on this car. I got my template made out. This goes 2 inches down, 1 inch across, 2 inches down, 1 inch across, and it just keeps on going until it stops. God, I can't get over how unbelievably sick this thing looks. Oh my goodness. I'm going to transfer this onto this. The limited tools that I have, I'm gonna try to, you know, cut this out and have it bend out. I have an idea, and if it doesn't work, kind of screwed, because that's my only sheet of stainless steel that's that big. So let's get this cut out, transferred, and then we'll start bending some stuff up. Also, I'm in shorts today because it's like 60 something degrees in Pittsburgh. I'm sure somebody's gonna comment and say like, you should be doing metalworking in shorts, but don't worry about it. I'm a trained professional. Anyways, I got my clipper tool. This is stainless steel. This thing will cut through stainless steel. Just gotta take it a little slower though.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.
It's not about personality matrices and charts. It's all about the bumps in your heart.
Got everything mapped out here. Big rectangles where I have the X is we're gonna cut along these lines. Where I have these hash marks is we aren't gonna cut this and we're gonna bend this. And if you guys watched last video, how I made like the patch panels in the front, I did a relief cut, like where I wanted to bend. Like I cut it to compromise the metal so I could bend it down. This is stainless, so it is much harder than the regular metal that I work with. I'm gonna try to use a cutoff wheel and get a real precise cut. So I got all the pieces cut and I bent them down here. Don't know if I recorded filming myself bending them down because again, I need to get a new camera. I hate this stupid camera. It never records when I hit the record button. I have these things called Clico clips here. Shout out to my dad because my dad used to be an aircraft mechanic and these are the only reasons why I have them. You got this tool here. Put this thing down in this piece right there. And that goes like that. Down like that, and then you can squeeze it. See how that comes out and then it narrows, and then when it comes back in, it like pinches back out so it can hold the piece of metal to the piece of metal. These are great for doing stuff like this if you have to keep on temporarily fitting a piece of metal to like a body panel or something. You can use these, take them on and off however many times you need. So it's gonna go down like that. We're gonna find the hole. It's gonna go in. Seats all the way down, and we let go, and bam, we're putting that down on. I am so unbelievably happy with that. It looks so sick. I think we're just gonna do one side. I like super, not that I like function over form, but I like function over form, but the form still looks good, if that makes sense. Obviously, you know, we did this wide body, but it's for function because we need to fit a bigger tire because this thing's gonna make so much power, but this thing looks, oh, holy crap, this looks so good. Kind of see the turbo down in there. So that is gonna vent mass amounts of heat off of this turbo because air is going to be rushing in through our front end and then going to be piling up in the engine bay, hot air, downpipe, hot turbo. The hot side of the turbo is always the hottest part in the engine bay, so we got this right over it, just venting out all that heat. It's currently late at night. I told you guys I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule so I can get more work done throughout the day. I will see you guys tomorrow morning.
The next day.
It is now the next morning later. What I'm working on now, we got the you know, hood vent thing. You guys just saw me make that, but we're gonna put some hood pins on and I'm gonna make like a front little cover thing for all of this, and I'm gonna tie that into how I'm doing the hood pin. Our first problem is, if you guys look at this, you guys can see like this piece comes up and over the radiator, and basically I want to make a big flat nice sheet of aluminum that's going to start from this opening, go all the way down to this opening, and then it's going to be a big nice flat piece of aluminum. And then I want to drill like speed holes, like progressively getting bigger, so like 3 one size, then a little bit bigger here, a little bit bigger here, and then like 3 like big ones in the center. I think that would look absolutely sick, but I need to cut these down. Just take a tape line. Go from there to there. And we're gonna cut right along that line. Alright, we gotta shut Hank Williams up for a little bit because I'll get copyrighted. Anyways, we got these pieces cut off. I got my little laser center line thingy going here. Do you guys see how sick this thing's looking? Oh my lord. Woo! Anyways, this is gonna be taken out of one big sheet of aluminum. As I said, you know, 3 holes here. I took a bunch of Scotch-Brite tape, put it all over the top. I also took the radiator out so I don't damage it. This is where the edge of the radiator is gonna sit. I want this to be like coming up flush to the edge of that, or almost as flush as we can get it. And I'm gonna cut this out, and then we're gonna transfer it onto this. This is my stash of random spare metals here. I'm really, really fortunate because right by my house, there is a metal warehouse. They have spare cutoffs, and I'll go down there and I'll get stuff like this for literally $2 a pound. And it is the best deal ever because I'll just go and get scrap metal like that, and it helps me out on jobs like this. Like, you can't imagine, because if I need to actually get this cut, this is probably an $80, $100 piece, but because it's technically a cutoff and nobody needs it, I picked this up for like $5. So, super sick. Put this on cardboard real quick, just because I accidentally messed this up when I went to pull it off. I probably should have used 2 layers of tape. Butt it up against this straight piece here, just so I can use the edge in the nice like factory machine straight. Fortunately, I'm gonna probably have to use a Sawzall because I don't have a bandsaw here. So I'm gonna try to do the best that I can. We'll see how it goes. And if I mess it up, this is the only sheet of aluminum that I have to fit this piece, so that's gonna suck.
Few inches later.
Many hours later.
An eternity later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new.
I got this cut out and that was a pain in the ass. This radiator doesn't fit right now with this in, so we need to cut a 1/2 inch down into here. Don't know how I'm gonna cut this. I think I'm gonna like slit. I don't know. Or I can use a cutoff wheel. I can use a cutoff wheel. I cut way more than I needed. Dude, I didn't even need to cut that. Are you kidding me? I don't know how I just messed that up that much. I did not need to cut that much. Now I'm trying to think of a way I can... Maybe if I take a piece and like... Oh. Alright guys, now we're actually going to start bolting this thing down. I think I'm going to go back later and like make a piece for that, like that goes up. I don't exactly know, but I want to get this bolted down and I want to start working on my other designs for this. So I have my bubble laser level. These things are great. You can literally pick these up to, I think it's like 200 bucks or something like that. Not expensive at all. Down straight through the center of the car. You guys see the hole there? It's on the center. Going through the center of the kidney grills. Have a bunch of hardware here. We're gonna secure this thing down with, these are M6 bolts. Probably gonna use about 10 of these. I have a 9/64 drill bit that we're gonna use, a bunch of washers, a bunch of nuts. 8 inches. Now that we got the holes drilled, I'm probably gonna do some more holes right here. Well, I have to, but I have to take this off and weld a tab underneath. I'm gonna come over here and grab this beautiful thing right on the, it's hard to see on camera, but there's the laser. Right on the laser, we're gonna go 1 and 1, then 1, so 3 up here, and then we're gonna step down a size, and then step down another size, and it's gonna look fucking sick. I hope I was just recording. I just realized my camera record button wasn't on. But I got these 3 holes drilled. I'm gonna step down to the next smaller size, but we can't drill all the way into here because of these supports. And if you drill that, we're taking out the supports. So we're probably gonna have one here, then one down here, then one down here again. And this is where our hood pins are gonna go for our hood. So. I pulled the trigger, decided to drill these 2 holes, and I absolutely love how that looks. Because we're gonna have this solid spot here to do our hood pins. Go up through the hood. I have these hood pins somewhere. Yeah, here they are. Hood pins right there. Click the button, then they flip up. I'm gonna show you guys a cool trick that I was talking about on this. You're gonna take one of these Johnny's spinny rotating device pad. Now what I did was I cut down the Brillo pad just so it would focus, just so it would fit on the edge of that. What we're gonna do with this, we're gonna put a pattern. It's gonna look really cool. I hope it's gonna look really cool on this. If it doesn't, we can just sand it down and it'll look sanded. But we're gonna do that. It's a pattern that we're gonna do. Now, if you guys haven't seen this done before, it's done on a lot of hot rods. Reflects the light really cool. So I think like that, transferred onto that, will sit. Basically, you take this, max speed, and you just hold it real tight, bam, bam, bam. Now this is gonna like wanna walk around on you because it's rotating, so it's gonna wanna like go like that. You're gonna take two hands, real solid, hard on this. Just keep on going around all the way around. Oh, another really cool thing. This is engraved Ed Danino. And I don't know if I ever told you guys this on the channel, but I've had building cars run through my blood. I'm telling you about this right now because I just saw that on the air tool, but this is a hubcap off of a Packard 160. And there's a bunch of pictures of Packards and stuff. I have some photos of some Packards my grandfather restored. Never met my grandfather, but he was an aircraft mechanic and he rebuilt old Mercedes and old Packards. A lot of his tools, which I just had in my hand, a lot of his tools that he had literally back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, I use today. So that's absolutely sick. Let's get started. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. Man, guys, do you see the lineup right now? Whew. Oh man, little golden hour E30 action. God. Apologize, I am ending the video early and I'm sorry the video just completely cut off and ended because I broke my camera. I'm filming this on my iPhone right now. I was opening up the camera and I dropped it and I smashed it on its lens, and if I go to like open it, it moves and just gets stuck. About the broken camera, I did just order a Sony ZV-E1 and a super nice lens that was a little bit under $3 grand, but it's a super nice camera and it should last me a long time, and that's gonna give me more motivation that I spent that money to make better videos for you guys. But I'm super sorry that this happened. Anyways, this car is coming out absolutely sick. That being said, guys, I'm gonna close the video out here. The sun is right in my eyes. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have the new, better, fancy camera, so the videos are gonna be absolutely sick. I can't get enough of this car. It's so unbelievably sick. If you guys are here to the end of the video, drop a comment down below. I don't know, just drop a comment down below. Let me know that you guys are here to the end of the video. But as I always say, guys, dream so big, get scary. Peace out, and I'll catch you in the next one.